Time now for weather with Nebraska Extension Ag Climatologist and Market Journal Chief Meteorologist Al Dutcher. And Al, much of the state saw periods of rain and sun this week. How does this week look, especially for those who want to get some planting done?
Well, Troy, you're absolutely correct. We did see that heavy rainfall last weekend, and unfortunately, it took a while for things to dry out, but the sun finally did return in earnest as we got the second half of last week. And it has been a wet month, and it has caused some problems planting, not only here in Nebraska, but Corn Belt-wise. If we look at the precipitation summaries in a generalized form for Nebraska for the month of May, the Panhandle and the western side seen anywhere from 3 to 5 inches general coverage. In the eastern half, we were basically in the 3.5 to 6 inch range. The western 1/3 of the state east of the Panhandle was essentially also in that 4 to 6 inch range. The center part of the state more in the 6 to 8 inch range, the northeastern corner, 3 to 5 inch range general coverage, and in the east central and southeast, basically the Omaha and Lincoln area to the southeast of Fall City, anywhere from 6 to 10 inches was reported. So very wet conditions. Overall, the eastern 1/3 of the state about 2 degrees below normal to 3 degrees below normal, central 1/3 3 to 5, and the western 1/3 anywhere from 5 to upwards of 9 degrees below normal, and a lot of that was up in the northwest part of the state where it was very cold. So we've had a very cool May. It looks like we're going to start out June a little bit warmer. So as we go to the upper air pattern, what we'll see is once again another trough in the west, but this one's kind of cut off a little bit. And then we have the general northerly flow from the northern jet stream carved up over the Great Lakes region. So surface high pressure is in control today across much of the upper Midwest. We're expecting fairly sunny skies across the state and warmer conditions as most of the precipitation remains to the east of us and to the south and west of us. And then by tomorrow, that low pressure system really doesn't move much. It doesn't have anything to really push it out. So high pressure will still remain firmly in control. If you notice the clockwise circulation around the surface high, that'll bring a southerly to southwesterly flow. Maybe some upslope flow convection in the Panhandle as we go through the afternoon hours, but overall dry to the east. And then that ridging pattern basically stays in place over the central and southern plains. We do see one piece of low pressure exiting out of that southwest low, and a surface low forms in southeastern Colorado. Keeps primary precipitation concentrated in the Texas Panhandle and Oklahoma. And then that energy will move to the east, and we'll start to see a flattening now of the ridge as some of that energy tries to shoot out once again and brings a surface low into southwestern portions of the state. That may generate a few light showers in the afternoon hour across the southwest, but most of the primary activity once again remains to our south. By Wednesday, we see a little bit more of a wavy pattern coming out of the southwest low. Multiple low pressure systems form at the surface, should adjust the lift a little bit and bring that a little bit farther to the north. But most of the widespread precipitation once again remains south of Nebraska and to the east of Nebraska until we get to Thursday. And right now the models are progressing that low into our region Thursday afternoon. So we see low pressure in southwestern Kansas start to develop. That will bring up some moisture from the Gulf, and we will scatter thunderstorm activity, but the most concentrated area once again will be down in the Oklahoma-Kansas region. And by Friday, that low starts to move toward the Great Lakes. That'll bring cooler weather on the back side of it, and low pressure basically at the surface will help funnel moisture into our region. So we will probably see fairly widely scattered thunderstorm activity, particularly in the eastern half of the state, with the heaviest of that moisture well off to our east. If we look even farther down the road, next Thursday through the following Tuesday, it looks like we're going to see high pressure contained over the northern plains, giving us warmer than normal conditions, below normal to our south, where the low pressure systems will be consistently moving through the region. And in terms of precipitation, with those low pressure systems, we're going to see heavy moisture to our south. So Troy, it does look like the opportunity for drier weather, but let's look out for late next week for some heavier precipitation, but overall, much drier pattern in the next 2 weeks compared to what we've been through the last 2 weeks.